Vivi, wait for me.
Hurry up, she's coming. Oh, what a lovely armoire. I wonder what's inside. Maybe some more books? Oh, these are much better than books. I think I'm gonna love this castle. Hello lovely crafters, welcome back to my channel. Inspired by Beauty and the Beast castle, today I'm gonna make DIY Barbie antique armoire. First thing you have to do is to find the image of the armoire you like. Print it into this size. But before, of course, you have to fix the picture using Photoshop, like erasing the background or adding some legs like this. Now, I'm not gonna tell where I found my image, you just have to find your own perfect armoire picture. And don't forget to print it on thick as paper can be. Now let's cut it. I cut the bottom part into straight line just to make it standing steadily. Then you can continue to cut the easy part using scissors. And above the difficult curvy part, you can continue with different technique. For example, this curve. Instead of doing this, do this. Flip the paper and cut it again. It will save your paper from ugly wrinkle. But it doesn't mean you can use scissors for every part. Like this crazy curve. You have to do it patiently using X-Acto knife or cutter pen. Just a little bit of time consuming, but you will be proud of the result. Now, as you see, this is too fragile to cut, so leave it this way because it's best for the structure. And now let's continue to cut the doors. Now everything's perfectly cut. Let's continue to the frame first. We need to layer it with thicker paper, but not cardboard because it's too difficult to cut. Spread the white glue evenly and then put it on the paper carefully. I'm sorry to say, you have to repeat the X-Acto knife step one more time. I know, I make it look easy, but actually not really. But I'm quite happy with the result. And actually you can layer it more than one because the thicker the better. But for me, one layer is enough. Next, we're going to draw the square shape of the interior. So, this is what we're going to make. Using the measurement you've got from your square, cut 3 pieces of cardboard into this size. I'm not gonna tell you my measurement because yours must be different. And let's stack them together using hot glue. And we're gonna make arc shape for the top part using thick paper. Don't worry about the perfect shape of the arc because it's going to shape by itself while you're bending it. Now let's double secure the glue from inside and outside the paper. Now let's continue to the backdrop part. I want a little color to my backdrop, so I layer it with some color paper. But you can also use gift wrap paper or printed paper. I think printed pattern will be also lovely. Now let me show you how to do it. Okay, it's gonna be here. And this is how I glue it using hot glue. And now let's double secure the glue from the outside. Don't bother the messy hot glue. It's not gonna be seen. It's just the backside of the armoire. Now let's continue to the structure. We need something to make it stand. But first, you need to measure it part by part because each part could be different. And these are my cardboard pieces. Glue it here like this. And for the second armoire, this part is a little bit wider, so I'm gonna add a little design on it. And the armoires are ready to stand, but I think we still need to add a little something to make it stand steadily, like this. Now, are we continuing to the doors? Not yet. We still need to make the shelves. First, you need to make a simple ruler like this to mark where you will put the shelf on. These lines will be very useful for the gluing. And the ruler doesn't have to be 6 centimeters like mine, it just depends on your design. Next, let's remeasure how long the shelves will be. It could be different each part because it's a photo image. It's not always a perfectly symmetrical image. Okay, so this is my shelf. Stack 2 pieces of cardboard to create thickness. And don't forget to put the glue on the uglier side of the cardboard, so you can leave 2 good and smooth side of the cardboard to the outside. I kinda like the natural color of the cardboard, so I'm gonna leave it that way. And let's cover the ugly texture of the cardboard using the same color paper as the backdrop. To do this, please use white glue because you need to touch it here and there. Of course, you cannot do it with hot glue. There we go. Let's put them on. Now, I'm trying not to ruin the backdrop with the messy hot glue. So we need to do it gently and carefully. Just a little amount of glue right here because it's too risky. Put it here and it's done. continue to the doors. First, we need to trim the door to make it slimmer. This is how I do it. Do the same to all the doors and trace each one to the cardboard and the color paper. And don't forget to mark which one is which, so it won't switch each other. To cut this curvy cardboard, it's not too difficult. You can use any cutter. And about this, you can just use scissors. So there's no excuse that it's difficult to cut. And then before we're sticking them together, there's one thing we need to do. We need to cover the ugly texture of the cardboard using any paper. I'm just using a regular white thin paper. I cut it into 3 millimeters. And because it's thin enough, you have to use white glue and your finger to do this. Add some more glue around it just to double secure it, or maybe to fill some gap between the papers, and leave it to dry. This is how it looks like after the glue gets dry. It's becoming hard like plastic. That's what I like about white glue. And then let's continue to glue the printed paper and the color paper. I'm not using hot glue because it will leave some ugly texture. For some technique, white glue is best. And here it is. It's not perfect, but it's okay. So it's gonna be here. But before, I'd like to show you my little craft store haul that we're going to use in this craft. First, a handle. I found something like this and something in this color. Perhaps you like it. But you can also use this teeny tiny knob. It's really easy to attach. It's like a screw. And it also came in this color. I really love it. This antique gold color will really match my antique armoire design. And the last important things are the mini hinge. So it has two sides. And remember, this is the side that you will put the glue on. Okay, let's put them all together. This time I'm using hot glue because white glue won't hold it still. Make sure it can swing without any glue bothering it. If it's so, just clean the messy glue. Okay, my armoire is shaping. The doors are done. But there's something unexpected. It's not perfectly closed. Okay, let's just fix it later. Maybe I should trim it more than 1 millimeter in the previous step. I don't know. Well, let's just continue to attach the doorknobs. Here's my almost done 2 armoires. I really like these knobs, but none of my armoire can be closed perfectly. I really hope yours are better. Well, let's just continue to the next step before fixing the door things. Before coloring the side part, I decide to cover it first using a white paper. For the bottom part, I decide to color it with black marker. I'm gonna make an illusion that it's the dark shadow area underneath the armoire. Why didn't I do it in the Photoshop before? Okay, whatever. Let's just continue to paint the side part of the armoire. Find the paint color mixture to match the color of your printed image. Because it's almost impossible to find any color paper that will match it. Except if you'd like to print it yourself. Yeah, it could be an option. And here we go. Which one do you like? Yes, I got it. The black shadow area is not the best for the look, but I assure you it's best for the structure. What do you think? And above the door problem, this is my solution. I'm using a paper roll to make a stopper, so I can lock it with a little press. For the other one, I put 2 stoppers because it can only close when I press it like this and like this. It just depends on your door problem. It turns out that random shape could have its own random problem. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you in my other video. Bye!